Bong and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to take a look at something that I've been talking about actually on my news channel for in my news videos, should I say, for quite a while now. And this is the DRWU E01 and E2B. So this is Monitor and Destroy Emperor. So this is their miniature versions of Soundblaster and Galvatron. As we always do on this channel, let's start by taking a look at the packaging, and it's a little tiny box with two figures in it. And on the front we have some really nice artwork here of Soundblaster and Galvatron, or Destroy Emperor and Monitor Officer. I really do like the DRWU symbol here with the mask on. That's pretty cool. It does remind me of the artwork that you get on some of the Jimbo products as well. Certainly their miniature version of Optimus Prime, it kind of reminds me of that. But I do love this very cool artwork on the front. You get the kind of just the symbol on the top, and then it's purple and red. On the back we get some product shots which are rather nice of both Galvatron and Soundblaster there, and this is a 5 centimeter small deformation series. Contains small accessories. Please pay attention to be careful to prevent damage and loss. Yeah, you don't want any damage and loss, right? Then on the side we get Soundblaster, and on the other side we get Galvatron, and on the bottom we get warnings about choking hazards and eating your children because they have small parts. So the pack is very small and really nice. The destructions are really easy, but they come on fairly big sheets. That's actually quite nice. So I like the fact that we do get these sheets rather than little booklets, and you get 2 sheets, which really surprised me because I thought with these transformations being so simple we just get the one. So you get one for Galvatron or Destroy Emperor, and you get one for Soundblaster or Monitor, and they are from Extreme Warfare. And Finn, go on. So that's the destructions and the box. We also get a separate card for each of these, as we do with a lot of the third party and KO stuff. And this isn't the normal plastic one, it's kind of like a textured cardboard going on with it, but really nice artwork of Destroy Emperor with Destroy Emperor's stats on the bottom. And here they look at vitality, attack and defense, and get a little bit of a bio on the bottom as well. Really nice, and some little product shots. And then the same for Soundblaster, we get the artwork, and onto the side we get some product shots here, and then he has his, and again it looks at vitality, attack and defense. Really nice little package. Moving on to the main events themselves, we'll first take a look at Soundblaster, and these are very small, but certainly Soundblaster's form is a great little tape player. I really like this. Nice, small, painted beautifully in the classic kind of black with the orange around the front, silver on the side. The back is very well done as well. I really like this miniature little form that we have here. There's not much play value. The tape doesn't open. There's no tapes that it comes with. It sits there and looks kind of nice and pretty in this form. I hope that the paint doesn't chip off as we go through. He has his shoulder cannon here, which is just removable piece that kind of slots into the back and sits here when it's in robot mode. So pretty nice. It looks okay, you know, it does the job. Galvatron is okay, you know, it's not as good in my opinion as the Soundblaster. Galvatrons are hit and miss, shall we say. I'm really looking forward to see what Hasbro does with their new version. It doesn't hide the transformation too well here. I do like the leg transformation, and the legs transform pretty well, pretty nicely here at the back. I like the fact that they go sideways. A lot of the transformations for Galvatrons kind of do a top one here, and the fact that this goes on the side here is really, really nice. The gun barrel looks great, and it has some nice detail in here, but the top just seems to have been forgotten about. You've got these two kind of exposed screws here, which for me, I think they could have done something with. All the detail in here is actually on the bottom. This purple piece here is like a cap for it. You can pull that off if you want it to just look more authentic with its cannon, and then you can just pop it back in so you don't lose it. But that's the only thing I've found to do with it. So not a bad little cannon form. It's got the nice molded detail in here on the tank tracks and the back piece here. Now it's time for the comparison, and we will start with Galvatron from Mech Fans Toys, who is quite a small Galvatron. I think they're about legend size. So you can see this is the Mech Fans toy version, and you can see here that he is very, very big compared to this version of Galvatron, who sits there very, very small. Very small next to him. So that's, you know, if you're looking for a small Galvatron, this is definitely the way to go, and I prefer it actually to the Mech Fans Toys one. If you look at even something like just one of the Masterpiece tapes, not even a Masterpiece Soundwave, so this is a Masterpiece tape. If you have one of those, there is Soundblaster and Galvatron compared to that, so they are even smaller than a Masterpiece tape. From a Masterpiece tape to a Siege tape, so this is how big they are compared to a Siege tape, and you can see Soundblaster is even smaller than one of the tapes from Siege. And then finally, the engine from Powerbaser for Fans Hobby, and you can see he's got shiny on that one. He's even smaller than a tape than the engine, sorry, from Fans Hobby. Most important size comparison of all is how they scale with your Scorponok, and I bought them for this specific purpose of scaling with Scorponok. I don't use the base mode, I only really tend to use the bot mode, so how they scale in there, and they scale absolutely brilliantly. I think this looks fantastic. Galvatron sitting on his shoulder here looking awesome, or you can have a little mini tape player on his shoulders and listen to some tunes with Soundblaster. This is the reason I picked these guys up. I think they look fantastic. Transformation time, and let's start with Galvatron. So he's a little bit of a parts former. You have to take his little weapon out. First thing you're going to do, grab this, push it up, and then his little head will come out, and then he can fold his arms out. His little head hasn't come all the way out. There we go. Just kind of clips in, you feel a little click, and then you can unfold the legs and the other leg, and then stick back in the weapon, and there we have teeny tiny Galvatron. Now let's take a look at teeny tiny Galvatron in his bot mode, and yeah, his bot mode is pretty nice. This is the reason that I got this figure. He's really nice in this. Plenty of molded detailing, plenty of paint on this dude. I think he looks really, really, really good. Face here, let's hope that my camera can, yay! The face is silver with some beautiful looking red eyes here. Lovely as we move down, classic purple Galvatron with the red accents popping out of that chest. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And then as we go down, he has the kind of greyish white coming down to the legs, the red kneecap accents as well. The back looks really, really nice on this figure. You know, you've got those classic wheels just hanging off his arms, which kind of happens with every Galvatron. The backs of the legs are hollow as all hell, but overall really, really smooth on the back and looks great at the front. Articulation is okay with this figure. We get a full 360 at his head. There's no real up and down articulation. The arms here have a full 360 on the arms, and you can also get an overextension on the arms due to the transformation. You don't get any arm swivel, so the most you're going to get out of it is about this, and it is impacted by the trucks on the back. You get a little bit of waist swivel. You'll get a full 360 here, which is really, really nice. You'll get a full swing back and a full swing forward, and you'll also get some bend at the knees. You don't get any toe articulation with this figure, unfortunately. Will he ninja kick? Yay! And a dude will do a little bit of a ninja kick as well, which is very, very nice. Moving over to Soundblaster now, and let's start with the transformation on this dude. First thing you can do is pop off the feet at the sides and just wiggle them back so they sit at the top, and then unhook the legs. So just turn the feet in, and then you have your legs done. Fold the arms out because they're just pegged in at the sides, so you can just fold them out. Head up, spin it around, and then take the shoulder cannon out of his arse and stick the shoulder cannon on. It's very, very simply then pull this arm down as well, and then you will have your fully transformed Now we have our fully transformed Soundblaster, and what a mighty little dude this is. This, I think, out of the two figures is my favourite figure. I think they've done a really good job on this. Both modes, the transformation, everything on this little dude is really, really sweet. Let's take a look at his face. So the head sculpt here is really, really nice. We get classic red eyes, black and silver paint as we go through. Plenty of molded detailing on this little dude as well. And we get the kind of the nice purple here with the orange piping going around it. Then moving down, we get lots of black molded plastic with some silver paint jobs here and here, and then on the bottom is some silver paint and then some molded detail as well, with some darker silver for the feet. Really nice molded detailing as you go through it. Around the back is a little bit forgotten about, big screws, but there's a lot of stuff that kind of happens during the transformation, so I can forgive it. The legs aren't hollow like Galvatron, so it's not too bad at all. Moving on to his articulation, you get some head articulation here. You can get a full 360 on it, and you also get all kinds of movement within it due to the transformation. So really, really well done on the articulation for that. You can also articulate his shoulder cannon and move it as you wish, which is pretty nice. You get a full 360 rotation here at the arms. You can also move them back slightly because of the transformation, and you get a nice extension here at the elbow as well. You don't get any twists, unfortunately, the same way with Galvatron, so his posability is a little bit limited when it comes to that. You do get some waist articulation here, and legs will swing backwards and forwards. You get the little hip skirts here that will move forwards to give him a little bit more range of motion. You do get a great knee bend here, and you also get a front knee bend if you want to do something weird with his legs. And then at the sides we also get some toe articulation due to the transformation as well, and you can also twist the foot, so much more articulated than Galvatron. So you're going to get some nice little poses out of this dude. Now again, time for the comparison, and first of all we're gonna bring in the MechFans Toys version of Galvatron, and we can see here even how small this is compared to this being a very small figure, how small these guys really are. So yeah, very, very, very small compared to Galvatron. Compared to the Siege version of Rumble, we can see actually they're about the same size as that. Maybe Rumble's slightly smaller, but the amount of articulation that they managed to get out of certainly the Soundwave and the transformation is absolutely amazing compared to other figures of this size. Bringing in then a Laserbeak from the Masterpiece line, you can see how big they are compared to Laserbeak here. And then if we just bring out the Fans Hobby version of Haikyuu or Jinrai, we can see that they are literally a little bit smaller. I mean, Soundblaster is even a little bit smaller here than Jinrai. So yeah, and Galvatron's slightly bigger than Jinrai. So yeah, really nice. They look great. These actually look pretty good together. And of course, for that all-important comparison with Scorponok, we can see actually they look epic next to Scorponok. They look absolutely fantastic and exactly what I wanted from these figures. So time for my final thoughts on these figures. Would I recommend you picking these dudes up? Yeah, you know what? I recommend you picking them up if you're picking them up for the same reason as me, that you want something that looks teeny tiny compared to your big ass Scorponok. Then they are fantastic. Soundblaster definitely wins out over the Galvatron mold, but both are fantastic in the bot modes. Alt modes leave a little bit to desire with Galvatron. Let me know your thoughts on these down in the comments. Are you going to be picking these guys up? I picked them up for around £25, which is about $30 I think, on AliExpress. Well worth picking up. Shipped very, very quickly as well. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video in a bit. Peace!